How's it going, Smashers? My name is Bonk, and in this video, we'll be continuing our tier list. This tier list is only one part of a number of changes being made to the Smash content on the website, and depending on when you're seeing this video, they could be up right now. So don't forget to check them out over at ProGuides.com. After the video, of course. In the last video, we took you through our picks for the C tier in Smash Ultimate. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the D tier. This tier list will not be ordered, so we'll just go through the characters in roster order. Of course, it goes without saying that everything we're about to share with you is subject to change, and we cannot predict how the meta will look in a year or even in a couple of months. As more information is discovered about certain characters, and as things are put into practice in tournament, these placements can and will shift, so keep the date in mind whenever you happen to be watching this. And, if you haven't, make sure you check out the previous videos. For the first character in D tier, we have Donkey Kong. Looking at his strengths alone, it almost seems like Donkey Kong could be a high tier character. For starters, he's exceptionally fast both in the air and on the ground, having a top 15 maximum airspeed as well as a top 20 initial dash speed. His attacks are very solid as well, and certain moves such as his arm intangible forward tilt and his generously sized back air are almost sword-like in their application, working together with his mobility to grant him an exceptionally strong advantage. Of course, you can't talk about Donkey Kong without mentioning his grab game either, and aside from having 2 kill throws, his cargo throw grants him a very explosive punish game off his grab. Even with all of that, Donkey Kong made our D tier for a reason, so let's take a look at what holds him back. For one, he's just kinda fat. This pervades every aspect of the character, from making him extremely easy to combo to making his animations on his techs and ledge options exceptionally easy to catch. He's also lacking in landing options as well as out of shield options, in addition to having a highly exploitable recovery. This makes Donkey Kong a character that, while super heavy, is effectively a glass cannon, but with a lot more glass and a lot less cannon than other characters that fit that description. A great philosopher once said, "Apes together strong," but it looks like Donkey Kong mains didn't quite get the memo. His strongest results are held almost exclusively by Hikaru and Konga, and those two players seem to have left every other Donkey Kong main in the dust with their amazing performances. Next, we'll be taking a look at Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario is very similar to Mario in terms of his most prominent strengths. He possesses an explosive combo game, his neutral is nothing to scoff at, and his projectile is notably better, with Mega Vitamin's higher knockback and vertical knockback angle setting up into a variety of combos and kill confirms. Oh, and let's not forget to mention, he has a PhD! Unfortunately, being so smart comes with a number of downsides. For one, his massive brain weighs him down, making him one of the slowest characters in the game. This makes it a lot harder for him to compensate for his generally stubby hitboxes, and makes it exceptionally easy for him to get overwhelmed by faster characters, not to mention his difficulty in chasing opponents that opt to run away. Additionally, he has one of the worst recoveries in the entire game, making him a very easy target to gimp and edgeguard while off stage. While my pocket doc is pretty schmoovin', you'd be surprised to find that it's not the best in the world. If you're looking for some Dr. Mario gameplay, you may want to check out players like Sumosuto and Fonz. Next up, we'll be taking a look at Bowser Jr. and his, cousins, adopted siblings. I don't know. For simplicity's sake, we'll just refer to them collectively as Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr.'s strengths come down to his strong advantage. Bowser Jr.'s advantage makes use of his Mecha Koopa alongside his hard-hitting, disjointed normals to control space, with various moves capable of despawning the opponent if they aren't careful. His combo game is deceptively explosive as well, and his up air chains are great for tacking on big damage. He begins to struggle once you consider that he has to land that initial hit, however, as Bowser Jr.'s neutral isn't that great. His disadvantage can be difficult as well, as he lacks a strong burst option to escape the corner, and he's additionally lacking in out of shield and landing options. Furthermore, his recovery is highly exploitable if he's forced to abandon ship, as any move that doesn't send him into tumble will not return his clown cart, rendering him helpless as he falls to his doom. Bowser Jr. isn't particularly popular, but some notable players you might be interested in are Young Eevee and Ketchup. Next up, we have Corrin. Corrin is a character that has received numerous buffs throughout Smash Ultimate's lifetime. Unfortunately, these may not be as impactful as they could have been, and appear to have failed to target the character's shortcomings. Arguably the most substantial of these shortcomings is Corrin's extremely poor mobility. Corrin is exceptionally slow, both in the air and on the ground, and may struggle with characters that have the speed to overwhelm them in the neutral and in disadvantage. Their issues in disadvantage in particular are exacerbated by their lack of strong burst options to escape the corner, as well as poor options when landing and out of shield. That being said, the character still possesses a number of strengths, most notably in the advantage. Corrin's normals tend to have primarily vertical knockback angles, which when combined with their above average frame data, makes them conducive to starting lengthy, high damage combos on hit. Their ledge trapping is no joke as well, and Dragon Lunge is great at safely covering options at the ledge, in addition to Corrin being completely capable of traditional ledge trapping with their disjointed normals. Corrin is one of the least popular characters in the entire game, but they're not completely without representation. If you're interested, some players you might want to look into are LY and Shattuck. For the last two characters in D tier, we'll be taking a look at Simon and Richter. While these two characters may not be completely identical, they're similar enough, so for the purposes of this tier list, we'll be treating them as one character. If you're interested in learning about the exact differences, feel free to check out our recent video on Echo Fighters. In terms of strengths, the Belmonts don't seem to be too lacking. They have a solid neutral owing to their numerous zoning tools, most notably including their cross side special and their large disjointed forward air. Their combo game isn't particularly extensive, but they make up for it with a killer advantage, using their cross, holy water, and axe all in conjunction with their large normals to create a wall of option coverage at the ledge. While their zoning game may be strong, the Belmonts can struggle once you get past their wall, as they tend to be lacking in up-close boxing options. They struggle to land as well, and have an especially poor recovery. While the Belmonts may have fallen off a bit as the game has had time to mature, they aren't doing too poorly in terms of representation, and players like T3 Dom and Shuton are still finding success with the characters. Well, that's it for this video. Do you agree with our picks for D tier? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, Smashers. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so you can be notified when we upload new videos. While you're here, consider giving the website a visit over at ProGuides.com as well, where you can have access to courses taught by pros, 24/7 live coaching, and loads of other content. That's all. See you guys in the next video.